It is going, when you hear the music, there we go. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to the podcast. Marty Booty is on here. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
My chat shut down, buddy.
Which chat?
My YouTube chat.
Your YouTube did?
Yeah,
Oh,
it
that's
says
crazy.
chat disconnected.
Huh.
Yep.
This video has been removed by the uploader.
Here we
What
go.
the hell?
Yeehaw!
Is it
Be a
back right
wild
now?
Ride.
Is it back on?
Not yet, no.
Well, I had two screens for it. The first one got canceled. The second one's working. It's a lag of 20-something seconds behind.
I got it
Yeah,
running
you're
yesterday.
reading one. Yeah, you're reading 112. I'm reading 132.
Okay. Let me look at Facebook.
And I'm on YouTube.
I'm on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, I didn't bother.
It's not on Facebook at all.
No, I didn't bother Facebook. I need that bandwidth. Come on.
This is live right now. $13 online. I always got these little things. Hey, Tony, welcome to the podcast. He was out there, I believe.
Tony Peoria.
You know what, Chris? We're running out of time.
Matt, welcome to the podcast.
Music's coming to an end.
Hey, go ahead and say it. You better hurry up.
Can they hear us now?
No, they can't, as I turned you off.
I did that for you on Friday.
Oh,
the other
thanks.
day.
All right, I did set up some stuff people asked me to do, but here we go. Our members right now, who we got? Will and Blaze, we got Tony Ferrari, we got IOWA. That is who, Connie?
What?
Never mind. Riding Fish, Will's Divided, Poppy Adventures, Bob Cole, Gator Mike, Mix Beer Boy, and then we got Our Indian Adventures, Tim Arnold, and Wind Therapy Attic. That's right.
I'm sorry, I couldn't answer your question because I'm still spinning over here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, there's nothing. I got nothing.
Well, refresh.
Don't worry about me. I'll catch up.
I hope you do.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, let me see. Let me look at the YouTube and make sure. Hey, everybody, is YouTube looking good out there? Let me know so we can see. It says right now we're live on both of them, so we're on the pop-up, so we should be. All right, Jeff Maxwell's in the house. Welcome to the podcast. We're looking for Jeff Maxwell's name on this. I don't know where it's at. I can't find it yet. But maybe one of these days we'll see it. I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. We got the new calendar. Everybody's been asking about this. So here we go. January 27th, we got Cody, Angelo, and Alexi from, I guess we can just do this. Cody's from MMA. He's also an Indian motorcycle rider, very, I think, a world champion, right? So we got Angelo from TNA, and we got Alexi from Lawless Garage. January 30th at 8 p.m., which is on a Friday night, so make sure you mark your calendars. It's Christina Kramer and Calvin Kramer, and he is a ambassador. I should have put Indian ambassador, but I put an influencer, but he's an ambassador. So anyway, I can talk sometime today. We got slow down, Chris.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Chris. I'm waiting.
Yeah, take a breath.
February 3rd is the Creative Cruiser, and she's from Australia. That is going to be a hoot of a podcast, folks. That's probably going to be the most craziest podcast ever, which is going to be awesome. And then we got February 10th is going to be Jason from Brave Wolf Customs. And February 13th is right now in the middle of being decided. We have two possible candidates there. One will be either on that day or be on a Friday. So we'll figure it out. We might have two podcasts that week. And then we have February 24th. We have Mike Kennedy, CEO of Indian Motorcycles, on the podcast. And if you guys didn't watch the podcast last night, there is a couple forms on the website. Go to throttleandiron.com. Go to the podcast tab. There will be two links there, one for vendors and one for viewers. And then you can ask your question there. Now, the way it works is if there's similar questions, we're just going to ask the one question. We're not going to repeat the question over and over. And that kind of stuff. And we're not going to ask stupid questions. Okay. Not that I know we have smart people, but I'm talking about the person that finds his podcast and goes in there and asks us stupid questions. So we're not going to do that.
We're not going to ask obscene questions either.
Obscene questions or anything like that. So them questions will be viewed by us and Mike Kennedy, and then we will talk about them on the podcast. And now the difference between the podcast, what normally happens in our podcast, we just do this and people are doing all kinds of comments. And this one, we might star some of the questions if they're really good. But there again, we're going to have a lot of people that's going to be in the comments probably. It's probably going to be our biggest podcast ever. So we will have some monitors that will be there. And I'm looking at a few that's in the chat right now that I'll be reaching out before then, and they'll become monitors. And they will, the people that are members are going to be our monitors pretty much. But yeah, so it's going to be great. It's going to be a great podcast. And the format's going to go, hey, Mike Kennedy, tell us a little bit about, where you started, riding bikes, where you, in corporate life, what kind of schooling you did, all the way up to where he is now. And then we will go into the actual aftermarket part of it. And then we'll go to our viewers' questions. So that's how it works. All right. Okay, we got Mike in there. Welcome to the podcast. We got Tim Arnold. Welcome to the podcast. And I got my friend the Nightbot in there taking care of business. So let's see if I missed anybody. Gator Mike's here. Welcome to the podcast. Wind Therapy Addict is here. Man, this is most of our key members. Now, if you are new to the podcast, in which we got 30 people here, awesome. Please go to YouTube and subscribe. And we got a lot of information tonight. Some things are still undercover, so we can't talk about it. But I think you guys are going to be excited with the information that we do share with you tonight. And it's going to be very informational. But anyway, let's get to our guests. Welcome to the podcast, Amanda.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah.
Howdy.
Don't scare her, guys.
It's all good.
Oh, gosh.
No.
Davidson Audio's on here.
Oh, Davidson Audio.
Riding fish.
Yeah.
Riding fish.
Well,
There
yeah, he
he
said
is.
he's going to be shaving. He's got a prior
okay.
engagement.
Yeah, he's got a dance to take a kiddo to. So, they always take precedence,
Yes,
especially when you
Yes.
travel as much as he does. So,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's Donna. Donna's on here.
Make sure you are not late riding
yeah.
fish. Okay. That's more important.
Yes.
Yep. We are expecting 14 inches of snow tonight, possibly maybe 24, somebody said. But anyway, what you guys got any snow up there, Amanda?
A little bit, not a ton. It was when I flew in last night, I think the wind chill was almost on the negative 30s.
Wow.
Oh,
So,
jeez.
Went from one extreme in LA to another,
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
the little
that's right.
kids behind me getting off the plane, they were like, we did not want to come back to this.
Wow.
So,
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
So you
but
went
we're
to
prepared for it.
okay.
So you guys kind of aren't.
Oh, I know. We're not. We get maybe 4 to 6 inches of snow maybe once a year, and we might get that big one like 8. But most of the time it's pretty dry and it's flurry here, flurry there, dusting here. Sometimes we get a little bit of ice, not much. But this year, the Farmer's Almanac said that we're going to get a lot of snow. And somebody, I guess whoever wrote that was right. So we're going to get a lot of snow this year. We've already had our 6-inch snow. And then tomorrow we're going to have that big one. So it'll probably be the last of the year, but also too. It's usually that. We get that big one and we get a little bit here and there. What's that?
Yeah,
Max?
don't bet on it, buddy, because remember, it snowed on opening day and on St. Patrick's Day before here, too.
Mhm.
So don't count it out.
I remember opening day. That was awesome. Watching the Reds on the field and it was snowing. It was awesome. All right.
Oh,
So let's see here. Hey, if you guys got any questions in the chat, we'll star them and we'll try our best. Davis Audio says the ride culture boss lady is here. Amanda, we need sandwiches in the shop, please. What?
Oh my gosh, Brandon and his sandwiches.
Yeah, Mike is
Awesome.
actually Mike's actually playing into that. He's saying laugh out loud and kind of encouraging them on, just so you know.
Yeah, he's
That's our
encouraging him.
inside joke. Every time I see Brandon, he's like, "Lady, bring me a sandwich."
Yeah. I believe we are on Instagram too, by the way. I did put the stream in there. I haven't checked. Let me look at the URL. I'll check in a second. But we should be on Instagram too, so we might get some people there. So awesome. If you're watching from Instagram, welcome to the podcast. All right, so who we got here? Fairweather Rider is in here. We got snow in Cajun State, and people are going crazy. I bet. All right, make sure you like the podcast. So let's start out with how was your trip to California? I mean, when did you go there? What time? And when did you land and that kind of stuff? Was it fun? Was it nice and sunny? That kind of stuff, So we got.
Yeah, it was good. We flew in on Wednesday, so we got there midday Wednesday. LA traffic, took us 2 hours to get 20 miles, but we made it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we kind of hung out, met a bunch of people, kind of socialized that night, and then went into our big event on Thursday, which, ton of people showed up for. All of our influencers and the ambassadors and the huge aftermarket community. They had no vendors there this year, so it was just truly a big party. Just Mike Kennedy, he said, I needed to get all the dealers in here and talk to you guys before he would agree to do any interviews or podcasts to the community. So I know he's scheduling all of those now, just to get the word out. He said, but they're literally drinking from a water hose right now, just trying to get us set up where we can be successful. And everybody, all of our systems shut down today. So Carolwood officially takes over February the 2nd. So it's just a bunch of, okay, let's get new systems in place, new dealer numbers in places. And which is for us, as I work at a dealership that has multi-brands. So Indian has to get its own dealer's number separate from Polaris now. So it's just a lot of stuff in the back that has to happen so that we can keep pushing forward.
Yeah, I saw on the internet, 'cause I was on the Indian motorcycle website. I was going to try to look up some clothing, things like that, and I saw that it's actually shut down. You can't check out even online on their site until
We
the
can't
2nd.
order. Yeah, we cannot order anything until they get that new site up and running, which should be the 2nd.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just for some background, Amanda, why don't you tell everybody what you do at Indian and at your dealership?
So I'm at Moto Primo, which is in Lakeville. I run the Indian side, so we carry multiple brands, but our Indian showroom is separate from everything else, like Polaris designed us to be. But so you come into our Indian store, I can help you do pretty much anything. If you need to order stuff, I take care of it. I do aftermarket, I do parts, I do accessories, I do apparel. I have a couple of sales guys that are really good that work underneath me, and a couple of phenomenal Indian techs that we're training to do a bunch of the new aftermarket stuff we're bringing in. So we're going to end up being a one-stop dealership. Buy your new bike there, soup it up there, tune it there, service it there. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
So you started at Lloyd's though, right?
Yeah.
I did. Yep.
Okay.
I worked at St. Paul.
Gotcha.
Okay. Do you see that question from Davison Audio?
Yeah, I can put it
I
back
don't
on there.
see any of them.
Oh, there should be on the one screen. There should be a comments on the one side, like comments, and you can double click on it and it should pop up, make it even bigger.
Yeah.
On your,
God.
it's all good. Yeah, I think, is it on the right side or the left side, guys?
It's on the right.
It's on my right.
This
Yeah.
side,
right.
right.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
Anyway, I'll read it to you.
I got
real
it.
question.
No, it was just-
Okay, great.
Mhm.
Experience in motorcycle. So our goals are to blow up the aftermarket industry. We are one of 2 dealerships in this area, or 3. I'm sorry, we do have Meese up further up. Lakeville did not do any aftermarket before I come into there. So I have got dealership agreements with multiple aftermarket companies. We are going to start carrying their parts. We are going to have some of the bikes on the floor set up with their parts so that customers can come in, set on them, fill them, operate everything, see what they like, see what they don't like. And then, of course, we have our wonderful Bob Cole that I can send people to if they want some beautiful custom paint on their bike. So I'm building pretty much a platform. I have a corner of my dealership that it's going to have everyone's parts displayed. I'm working on printing and laminating a kind of my aftermarket Bible, I'm going to call it, I guess, for customers to come in and see, okay, well, you have this in red and black, and it also comes in gold, blue, and orange, and I can get all of this. And so we're working with some of my aftermarket guys that they can order right at my dealership, and they will drop ship it to them to avoid a big delay.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow, that's great.
So,
One of the
yeah, go ahead. You go.
One of the things I wanted to say real quick is that if you have RC components listed in your aftermarket, you can scratch them because they are no longer going to carry any RC exhaust for Indians at all.
Yeah.
So,
Who was this?
Wow.
yeah, I found that out the hard way.
Yeah, we're dealing right now. I've got, of course, I think Vance and Hines is going to be huge in the Indian community now. From our meeting, Terry Vance was there. He brought in the whole race team. They had been, time trialing the new bike that apparently is no comparison to last year's. So, but he's like, pretty much saying we're gonna blow Indian up. So we're hoping to see really, really great things out of Vance and Hines. And then of course, we have all the other greats. Toast, I'm gonna have Toast in there. Of course, they already carried Reinhardt, so that's in the dealership. And then we've got Carrie Hart that's coming in, and we've got, of course, BC Customs and Davidson Audio, who Mike is going to have to train some of my techs to install, these amazing audio systems. So, I mean, the list kind of goes on and on. It's just something for everybody.
And I'm sure you're going to have ride culture in there.
Oh, ride culture's already there. They're the first ones on the wall.
Gotcha.
He's my test dummy.
I mean, I think it's pretty cool to have all that aftermarket, and in that area, you're going head and head with Lloyd's, then, right? Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, they do their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
Lloyd is great at what he does.
Yeah,
and there's
Yeah, he
no
does.
denying it.
Mhm.
So, he has his shop up in Rogers, and he is the king of performance, and I wouldn't want to be the one going up against him in a dyno room, So, so we're doing a little different. We're not, we're working with 210 to do the remote tuning and all of that fun stuff, but leave the big engine work and nitrous and that to
Good old
to
Lloyd's.
him.
Yeah. Nitrous and turbos. Yeah, leave that to them.
So, what was your feeling out there in California about the aftermarket part of Indian?
It's going to be great. That's it's the first time, it's the first message I heard from many dealers, because I haven't been to the show, but this is the first message that they've gotten, that it's, we're getting behind this aftermarket community. Their goal is to kind of reduce we're going to, by 27, I believe they said, go down from 200 and some odd number SKUs to in the 80s. which is going to be huge. That way our aftermarket guys can build parts for multiple bikes without having to do, I've got to have something specific for this and something specific for this. So it's going to make it easier for them to come in and do what they do best. Indian's rolling out a program at Daytona Bike Week that's you guys will all see. It's all kind of under wraps still, but it's going to push the aftermarket community forward even more, which is going to be fabulous. So, I mean, if you want to see a big premiere Daytona Bike Week, they're going to have a huge party on the beach. Stone Temple Pilots is coming to play. It's going to be a big party.
That's awesome.
Wow.
So we've had a couple questions in here, and I don't want to, not mention them, but what's your feeling about some? We know that from our area, we've had one dealership that just walked away from Indian. We have looks like South Carolina that just disappeared. One of the big dealerships down there. I looked at their Facebook; they had 35,000 followers, that kind of stuff. We got a bunch of their IMRG members in here. I would say that's a dealership's decision, right? I mean, because it seems like Indian is really supporting the dealerships at this meeting.
Yeah. So for the dealership aspect, it's going to be a game changer. They are going to give us more power. They're taking, so we have what we call co-op dollars, so to say. And before, Polaris spent those for us. And when we went over it, you just got a bill at the end of the year kind of thing. So they're letting us take control of our marketing and what communities we push our marketing to. They're giving us more free range with kind of our events that we do, more support. Instead, now they're giving us this toolbox that we can go into and say, hey, we're going to do this. And here's some marketing material that's set up that we can push forward for this. And we can do target audience. If we want to hit just this sector or this sector, we're going to have that availability now. It's not going to be done for us at a corporate level.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah, and they're going to lower the amount of units, so to say. So they're giving the dealers more power in what they want to carry, how much they want to carry, and they're not just bombarding our floor with all these units that we're going to be stuck with at the end of the year and we can't move in our slow season, and then we're paying interest on them monthly. So I mean, what they're doing for the dealers as a whole it's going to be a game changer for us.
And what we need is support from the riders to make sure that happens, because I can see, because I work in business too. Okay. And what they're doing, they're giving you guys a free, like a free ride with Indian kind of, if they're going to reduce that kind of stuff, because Indian's going to be either they're going to build a bike and they're not going to have a place to put it. They're going to have to put it in a warehouse. Somebody's going to have to buy that bike eventually. And that's where it's going to be a problem. So we need to make sure that the riders are supporting these dealerships and make sure they're going and looking at these bikes and buying bikes and that kind of stuff, because I can see that being a real problem in the future, possibly, if people ain't buying bikes. So, yeah.
Right. I think we'll still, they'll still probably have our, this is what you need to order type thing. But most like our dealership is set up where if we sell a Black Scout, we're going to automatically be shipped another Black Scout, so it's, we're kind of set up on this program where when you sell one, another one comes. So I think they're going to give us a little more freedom with that.
And I think that's,
like
go ahead.
me right now, I have 7 Black Scouts sitting in the basement. Oh gosh. I just got a blue one in there.
And I think that's going to be huge, because I know Northern Kentucky, they didn't really have a choice of what they were putting on the sales floor. It was just what Indian sent them. And they might never sell that bike. It might sit there for 6 months, 8 months, and it just costs them money. So now if they can kind of pick, and choose, I think that's going to be great.
Well, your your demographics are different everywhere. So it's not going to benefit you to have, a bunch of, what's Max's bike he loves so much?
The Roadmaster.
Understrokes.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Roadmaster Thunderstrokes, if you're going to sell more scouts in that area because of a younger demographic or something like that,
Yeah.
you know?
Right. And that was another thing they mentioned too. They're going to kind of change things up a bit. So they're going to get rid of so we have the classic, we have the dark horse, we have the limited. And those runs, they're going to get rid of the classic. So we're just going to have the limited and the dark horse. And we may not have a 108 with power band upgrade. If you want the power band upgrade, you'll buy it in the 112. So they're trying to kind of unmuddy the waters a bit with all the different options on the same platforms.
That sounds good.
Oh, no, that doesn't sound good to me.
Oh, Max.
No,
Jeez,
it doesn't.
here we go.
Oh, geez.
No, because
Oh,
some of us
gosh.
like the classics, being able to at least find them on a Springfield or on a Roadmaster. If you ask
Well,
Les,
and they may not. Well, and like
Go
I
ahead.
said, it may not be on every model that they get rid of the classic, just the ones that aren't moving and they've seen that do not sell. So they may have a classic in a Roadmaster, but they may not sell a classic in a Pursuit or, something to that nature. So they are just trying to kind of shorten our floors or take so many units out of our floor space.
it's understandable.
Just like
It's
mine right now,
understandable.
I have one of every scout sitting on my floor, every scout with every trim level, and it is just insane. It's
So
just like, oh my gosh, I've got 20 different scouts sitting here, and people just get overwhelmed when you're going through them. They're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, then why don't you just put this on that and leave it alone?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can totally relate to that because remember when I went and looked at all the scouts
Mm-hmm.
and I had a problem with, okay, but why is this? There's 20 scouts there, like she just said, and it's like, what? I needed somebody to explain to me what's the difference on each one of these because there was a lot.
Yeah. And one of the things is that when you talk to them and say, well, I want, you got mid controls or they got forward controls. Well, I really like mid controls. Well, that's going to cost you another $500. I mean,
Yeah.
why is that I mean, I don't know if that's going to change, but hopefully that does. I mean, because you're kind of penalizing a person that likes a different style of riding because it's not on that bike, but you really want to buy that bike. But most dealers, I would say, would probably comp that. But some dealers will say, "Oh no, that's $500."
No, they did tell me it would cost me $500.
Yeah, I know. It was like, what?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You want to sell this bike or what? Anyway, sorry about that, Amanda. So
No,
it
you're good.
sounds like it's a great freaking meeting for dealers. I mean, and let's see what we got here. Amen, Max. 100% agree. Let's see. We go through some of the comments here.
Well, the Thunderstroke's my favorite too. So
Yes.
just between us.
Oh my gosh, you just won Max for life.
Yep.
when Mike had to get a new bike, he had to buy the Power Plus for to R&D
Yeah, for
and all
research.
this stuff. And I'm
R&D.
like, no, we've got to have a Thunderstroke. So there will be a Thunderstroke in this garage before it's over.
Mhm.
Now with the new vintage, you might as well get one of those. That's going to be the new hot
That
bike.
is. I've worked out a deal with my GM and I said, look, if I sell this many Indians this year, I want a vintage. And he's like, well, if you sell this many Indians, I'll get you one.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Maybe we
Wow.
can help. Maybe we can help you with that.
I
Yeah,
am
but
not-
you guys,
I am not-
you guys nailed it. And that's kind of what Mike Kennedy touched on too. He's like the dealerships with these big IMRGs, that's our heart.
Mhm.
They help us so much. And the dealerships that actually have active IMRGs are percents higher. I mean, like, I don't even remember the number, 40% higher in sales than those without. And I mean, they just bring so much to the table. And so these dealers, these IMRG groups actually going into the dealership and being present, it's huge. I have mine there all the time. I had my president in today, just meeting people, shaking hands. Hey, join our writers group. I've had them put up one of those picture frames that they can remotely add photos to. So it not only shows that here's our IMRG, it shows here's all the events that we're doing. Here's photos from last year. Here's these cool things you can jump on. And people have been really perceptive to it. They're like, oh my gosh, you guys do this and you went to the factory tour and riding fish, that type stuff. So, I mean, it helps a ton.
Mm-hmm.
And we couldn't do what we do without them. And so we're trying to get our IMRG more members and up and running because they're fairly new as of last year in our dealership. So I've got a ton of events planned with them and demo trucks, and we are the prime sponsor at the Donnie Smith show this year. So I have them coming in to meet people and hand out things to try to get more people involved daily and weekly and monthly in our dealership.
Yeah, Chris, I think the Donnie Smith, is that the one we're going to try to get up to, right?
No, that's not. I think that's the one that's end of this month, right?
It's end of March.
End of March. I think you was talking about one in July, but we can try to do the March one. I think that would be cool to do. We plan on doing a lot of rides this year, and we're going to be coming up your way and visiting you guys a couple of times. Maybe even do a podcast up there. Who knows? But
Okay.
yeah, I know, because we are invested in IMRGs. Okay, I can consider myself being in like 6 or 7 IMRGs now, unless they pay dues, because I can't pay everybody's dues. So, but I really support IMRGs. I like what they do. You don't have to have an Indian motorcycle, by the way. It's no requirement there. You can, whatever you ride, join the IMRG. The deal is it's all about community, and having fun and going to rides that you enjoy. It's kind of like a bike to eat and then get some ice cream and then back to home, and you just have fun with each other. Our IMRG had meetings at a restaurant, and people would show up. We had dinner once a month with everybody. It was pretty cool. I noticed that a bunch of IMRG leadership was out in California also, like Brian Moore,
They were.
Chris. Yeah. Canada was up there. Marcel, and his team was up there. I mean, so it looks like they really wanted to support dealerships, IMRG, and also the ambassadors. Because, I mean, I don't know who else they invite. Oh, aftermarket, because TNA was out there.
Oh,
I mean,
gosh,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, the aftermarket community showed up huge,
Yes.
and
Mhm.
they were very much embraced because, for years it's been, well, you can't have aftermarket on your Indian floor. You can't, and a lot of dealerships didn't have the room to have that anywhere else.
Mhm.
And so with Mike Kennedy coming in and standing behind the aftermarket community, I mean, it's just going to go up. It's going to get bigger and bigger, and we're going to be able to do more. And the sky's the limit right now
Yeah.
for
And
Indian aftermarket.
and I think and another thing I know that I heard of was they were going to really push apparel this year, which is really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I actually talked to the new owners, the Carrollwood guys, young guys, phenomenal people, want to stand behind the brand, which is huge. They got us our colored headdress back.
I heard that.
Oh,
Actually,
that's awesome.
Oh wow.
That
Yeah,
is amazing.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
cool.
Yeah,
heard that today.
that will be back as of February 2nd. So
Cool.
we're super excited about that. They just, they saw that PG&A is something that we were falling behind in. I mean, the quality's great, but the prints are all the same every year. It's maybe a little bit different color, maybe a little bit different font, but it's Indian motorcycle. So they're doing a bunch of collaborations. Of course, this year we have the collaboration coming out with Hart and Huntington, which is going to be Carrie Hart's brand. It's beautiful. Bunch of cool clothes coming out of that. And then we have a collaboration with Folds of Honor that's going to be coming out, and a lot more in between there that we can't even talk about. But I mean, it's going to be.
I hope that's true, because our friend Finesse, the Challenger, did a video, and that was one of his big things, is the clothing line. Because as he pointedly stated,
nothing fit.
not every rider is a model 5'11", 185. Not every woman model is 5'2" and 115. So
No.
yeah,
Well,
I mean, that was his
them.
whole point. When his wife goes to buy clothes, she has a devil of a time. Connie, when you go to buy clothes, you have a devil of a time.
Yeah,
I
because
know
the
when
sizes,
Lisa went to buy clothes, she's had the double of a time.
the
But
sizes
she's
run
lost
so
21 pounds.
that's great. The sizes run so small.
All right. Let me go through some of the chat here. So we can take a break here for a second, get a drink or something. But anyway, Mike says, I'm trying to, I must have missed this one. He said, how about kick off a riding season, with RYDING?
Okay, so we do a kickoff to riding season barbecue every year, and usually
Okay.
Gator Mike comes to Minnesota and cooks. Last year, I think we did 55 pounds of barbecue. So this year we're going to try to do it a little different. If I can get riding fish on board.
Yeah.
I think we're going to try to do a breakfast and a ride that morning out of the dealership, and then have the group end up at Ride Culture Compound that afternoon, evening for the party.
Okay.
So kind of make it a full day with all our crew.
That's awesome.
And yeah, and it's not just Indians. I mean, our first year we did it, I stopped counting it, 200 plus motorcycles, and we had Harleys and rockets and cars, and it was just a lot of fun.
That's pretty cool. Mike from, let's see, Davison Audio says, Mike, we just might have to see if Lakeville will bring us up there to have you and us there to train for a week. I guess he wants to sell some Davison Audio there, which is cool.
We are having Davidson Audio.
Yep.
I'm just getting everything set up for it.
Yeah, I know I talked to Les about it. I haven't talked to Max about it, but I plan on at least to go do a tour at Davison Audio this year to do some, because that's one thing that we want to do also. We want to support IMRGs, number one, and we also want to support aftermarket people like Micah Dean and that kind of stuff, Dean Speed and that kind of stuff, Davison Audio, Brandon there, and anybody that we possibly can, TNA, Lawless Garage. And we become ride culture. Yeah. Yeah. We become so much embedded with these people. And because we played a practical joke on, I'm going to tell them, Les, all right, what we did to Jeff last night.
Oh no. It was bad.
It was bad.
This was in a private conversation. So, it wasn't anything that was going to make the podcast, but Chris, go right ahead.
You go ahead. Yeah, you're the one who actually did it.
Yeah, I think we should probably skip that part.
Yeah, okay, we'll skip it. Yeah,
it has a lot to do with Harley Davidson and some other stuff, and we'll just let that one go.
Yeah, and then
Hi, Mike.
Yeah, and Brave Wolf is in here. We're gonna have a podcast with him. And here's the schedule, you guys. I know a lot of people jumped in here after the schedule, but I did do a new schedule. Here's our calendar right now. We got January 27th at 8 p.m. We got Cody Angelo from TNA, Lexi from Lawless Garage. January 30th, we got Christina Kramer and Calvin Kramer, and then they are Indian, Indian ambassadors. And then February 3rd, we have Creative Cruiser from Australia. And February 10th, we have Jason from Brave Wolf, which is in the chat right now. And he says, hi, Amanda. And then guess what?
Hi. Phenomenal products from him. You and his Mando bagger.
Yes, they are really good. His decals on the gas tank were freaking awesome. And I can't not mention February 24th. Mark your calendars at 8 p.m. Mike Kennedy will be on the show. All right, so let's go back.
That's when you won't want to miss for sure.
Yeah, exactly. But we kind of support, like I said, aftermarket, IMRGs, and the community of bike riders. It doesn't matter what you ride, Harley Davidson, Honda, you name it. We are here. This show's for you guys. So anyway, so you said aftermarket. So, because I didn't really see a lot of that at first. I saw the dealership people were sharing a lot of information. I know Ride and Fish and the ambassadors were sharing. And then I seen TNA and a couple other people start sharing stuff. And I didn't even know they were there until like yesterday. I was like, wow, they really embraced them.
So the only people that were allowed into the meeting were dealers.
Okay.
So the aftermarket guys, the ambassadors, the influencers, all of those guys, they showed up later after I think, gosh, they showed up at 6:30 or so after our meeting. We had a three and a half hour meeting that we sat down and just listened to all the new marketing that's coming, and Mike Kennedy and Terry Vance and the race team and the two new race guys, so we sat down and heard a lot from them, and then everybody else showed up. But I think like Fish and them, they were getting to demo the new bikes. So, they were out riding while we were stuck in an amphitheater listening to people talk.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys get to look at the bikes or anything like that? Maybe if you wanted to ride it, you could.
We did. And we could have stayed and rode the next day, but we needed to get back. Of course, we have a dealership to run, and I had the GM and the finance manager with me, so it was kind of like, we got to get back and take care of business. But yeah, a lot of positive. The colors look good. The paint looks good, which is huge. The Chief Vintage is phenomenal. I may have sat on it 7 or 8 times. I may have named one already.
You named one. Oh my gosh, here we go. It's hers.
I sat
It's
with
hers.
Oleg. I actually sat with Oleg, the designer. We chatted about a lot of it. He's super, super happy and proud of it. And we've had, I think, 4 people in the last 48 hours reach out wanting to buy one. So it's going to be a good bike. It's going to go fast.
Yeah.
They're just something that the market has been craving for so long, and they finally listened and they built it. And hopefully we see a couple more come down the line in the next couple of years, just to appease the vintage riders. And I don't think they won't sell.
Yeah, I actually went over to our dealer today to see if they had one on the floor yet. Actually, went
No,
over.
you know.
I promise
don't.
No.
They did not.
Amanda, do you have one?
We do not, no.
Okay.
And I don't.
So if a major
I
dealer
don't-
like her doesn't have one, we're not going to have one. But we should
I
have
think-
one in about a month.
Yeah, probably around the first part of March, I would say.
All right, we got to
So-
it was-
Well, wait a minute. I got a very important question here.
go ahead. Good.
So, your dealership, just for your dealership, I'm not talking about the national meeting or anything like that. What do you sell the most of, and why do you think that is? Because you said you keep a lot of scouts around. And here's why I asked that question. Our constant debate with these two, with their Pursuits 112s versus my Thunderstroke, okay? I still say that people appreciate classic Indians that look like Indians. The vintage just proved that out. The only thing they could have done for me with the vintage is make it a 125 engine for 125.
Well, so talk was it was supposed to be a 122, and many of us were certain it was going to be, because they were releasing it on 122. And then when we get there, it's a 116. I was like, why?
Yeah, I think they missed the boat on that one. And I will tell Mr. Kennedy so.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, so many of us were so excited. We're like, oh, we're going to get a 122 Thunderstroke, straight out of the box. No, it's a 116. But I love the 116 too. I mean.
But what do you sell the most of at your dealership?
So the year before last, we sold the most Scouts, honestly. And that's why we have so many. But this year, it's been the baggers. The baggers have just flown off the floor. What I have sitting on my floor now is all that I have left in baggers. And we're looking really good coming into 26. All of our 25s are at invoice pricing. So if anybody's in Minnesota and you want a bike for what I pay for them,
Did you see a lot of difference?
They will go up in February.
Yeah. Did you see a lot of difference between the sales of the fixed fairing versus the Batwing, even in the 112s?
No, I have, even over this winter, it's been pretty even. Actually, I would say we have sold more 108s than we have 112s in the winter.
Wow, interesting.
we have those diehard Thunderstroke guys. They're like, no, I know how to wrench on this. This is what I'm going to keep, and more power to them. They are easier to work on.
All right. Amanda can't come back. She's
It's okay. Hey,
Amanda, as far
Les, I'm going to
Amanda,
tell you.
you're welcome back anytime you want. Just call me. You'll come back.
You're
Hey,
giving
For-
Max
you
way
know,
too
my
much ammo.
husband's a huge Thunderstroke fan too, but that 112's got power. It truly does. He said the
Good.
way he's got his set up right now, it's pulling rocket speeds.
Yeah,
So-
he's got a nice looking bike. I'm telling you, and it's got that decal that Jason's got on there. That thing's freaking awesome. And so
He's
did
so good.
and Alex with a C, by the way. I can never say his name right. From Folds of Honor has one also. It's freaking awesome.
It is, and it suits his personality so well.
Yes, it does. Ginger, Spiritual Tools with Ginger, is asking, do you think Indian will step up the women's riding gear? Nice heavy leather jackets. Victory had nice women jackets. So
You know,
Yeah,
that is something that we have all been asking for. So we're hoping that they listen. I've got many women riders that come in they're like, why don't you guys have leather jackets for us? And I'm like, well, they make one, maybe, so we're hoping that they really step up the game and get us some more women's stuff, because right now, like I said, I think we have one leather jacket, chaps, and a vest, and it's just not, they're missing the mark when it comes to the female riders, because there are way more out there than you would imagine. And not just that, like I ride with Mike, I don't even drive myself, and I want jackets. I was like, I want to be on the back of the motorcycle. I want some gear too.
hey,
Yeah.
hold on a second. We got to stop for a second because you mentioned something. Do you ride or you ride on the back? Or what's your
I
future?
ride. Well, I haven't driven a motorcycle since my oldest was born.
Okay.
I watched one of my best friends go down in a very bad wreck.
Okay.
And but I promised I was going to get my endorsement in Minnesota this year, because I'm going to have a cheap vintage. So,
All right, there we go.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Sorry for interrupting you, but go ahead and finish your story.
No,
I just had to
no,
stop that and just talk about that.
I'll have to
no,
go up
but
just
that
to
is
try one out with her.
that is something that we get surveys every month, and they're like, what are you looking for? What do you need? And the consensus is pretty big. Like, we need more women's riding gear, not just shirts with glitter and, rhinestones. We need actual gear. So hopefully that's something that's going to come down the.
Yeah, BFP Garage actually has a question, and he's asking, Amanda, can you do commercial accounts at your store?
I guess I don't know. I guess getting parts at a cheaper rate due to he's an aftermarket done a garage, works on Victories and Indians also. I guess some dealerships can, some dealerships don't do it because they want to do their own work, I guess. I don't know. Can you explain that a little bit more, Brad? And we'll ask her that question. So, yeah. So,
I can get you we can get him my email too, and he can send it to me, and
Yep.
I'll talk to Lucy. She handles all of our accounts, and see what we can get set up if there's something specific he needs.
let's see. Jeff Maxwell said, I bought a 2019 Max for that reason. I am TS guy all the way. Thunderstroke. Got it. Yeah, he just bought a new motorcycle, 2019, which is red and cream, I think, or white. It looks pretty badass. It's a nice looking
Telling you,
bike.
there's nothing that sounds better than a nice Thunderstroke starting on the dealer floor. They sound so good.
It certainly gets everybody's attention. And like I said, you mentioned an accident. I was in one about a year and a half ago, but I'm finally getting back on two wheels, and that's thanks to that gentleman right over there, because I bought his old bike,
Yeah.
the 2017 Roadmaster with 13,700 miles on it.
That's
That guy.
And for a Thunderstroke, that's nothing.
No, it's not.
It's a 2024 Max,
What did I say?
2017.
You did.
Oh no, 2024. 20.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so in all
It's a
fairness-
newer bike than what I had.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, my original was a 2019 Elite. I totaled that out. So
Yeah. So in all fairness, I am a Thunderstroke fan, along with the Power Plus fan. I like both power plants for different reasons.
Mhm.
But I've had 3 Thunderstrokes, so 111, couple 116s, and now I'm on a 112. So
Nice.
uh, I like
Awesome.
both power plants equally well for different reasons.
I do too. I love the sound of a Thunderstroke, man. It's freaking. You put a good exhaust on there, man. There's nothing that sounds like it. Really nice. The Power Plus doesn't sound as good, but it is loud as hell. So, and it's powerful as hell. That's what I like about that. But it's also a lot smoother. But it does have a lot of. You have to do a lot of more RPMs when you're at the like a stoplight and stuff like that to get it going. But once it's going, man, you can't stop it. But let's see. I got a couple questions here. Let's see. All right, because a lot of people are talking about IMRGs, and that we have a lot of people that are viewers are IMRGs. Some dealerships do better than others supporting IMRGs. I would say is push until you don't get no pushback at a dealership. I think IMRGs are very special, and if a dealership doesn't know how special they are, then it's the wrong kind of dealership. And that might be the reason why some dealerships fail, because they can't. Ginger said something about our dealership won't order ladies' apparel because they say only 10% of the women buy it. Somebody it's probably needs to be
Replaced.
replaced and retrained, because I guarantee you the women will buy more apparel than anybody else. When me and Les go to a dealership, we go to the bikes and the women go to the apparel.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
and they buy
Right?
stuff.
I mean,
I go to both, but
Yeah.
I'd really like some boots. I'd love to have some
Yep.
Indian boots,
I know.
riding boots.
Yeah, she's been wanting them forever.
Yeah, I never can find any boots at all.
And
I
another
think
thing,
I've got several sizes in my store.
we're definitely when we come up there, you guys can order some, and she can come try them out.
yeah, and I know Indian dabbled in boots for a while, but again, it's a matter of supply and demand. If nobody's buying them, people are going to quit carrying them.
Well,
So,
I think what happens is they have a mandate of spare space. Indian, well, it did. I don't know what it's changed now with Carolwood, but with aftermarket parts coming in and all this apparel, something's going to have to give, because some of these dealerships are actually multi dealerships. So they don't have a space because they got Yamaha bordering right next to Indian, or they got KTM right next to Indian, which is kind of and that's the reason why I like to see more dealerships are kind of like solo dealerships, with maybe a couple dealerships. But I mean, I understand at this time,
Well,
the way the market is, they have to do it.
Yeah, and I think they said we only have maybe 40 standalone Indian dealerships
Yeah.
in the country, which
right.
isn't a huge number. And I mean, I kind of get that. Like I said, I worked for St. Paul, which was a standalone dealership, and then I go into Moto Primo, and we have multi-lines. Now, Indian has a huge space, and there's nothing impeding Indian. I have all the room I need. But it is, I see the benefit there, where just solo dealerships are struggling. We may sell one Indian this week, but we've sold 9 dirt bikes, 2 4-wheelers, 4 side-by-sides, I mean, so it helps you be able to keep the amount of apparel and gear and everything else that we carry, because we're not hemorrhaging money in the winter.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, I've heard a lot of good stuff, a lot of things, Amanda, that, you seem to like what you heard coming out of that meeting. Was there anything that maybe caused you concern coming out of the meeting, or something that
That's a
you heard?
good question.
that,
Very good
well,
question.
it might not fit my.
No, I mean, I was optimistic going in, really weren't sure kind of what direction things were going to go, but honestly, I think everybody walked out of that meeting just like, wow, this is going to be our best year ever. And with the projections for the next 3 and 4 years, and the things that they're going to change to kind of unhandcuff us from the corporate side of Polaris. I mean, we're going to be able to just do great things. Everything was positive. There wasn't anyone that was like, oh, this is a bummer. This sucks,
And
and
think,
I honestly think we're going to see a lot of performance parts coming from Indian. Terry Vance is, right there. The
Yeah.
race team, I don't think is going to be able to be touched this year. Um,
that's
it's
awesome.
just going to be a great year for us, and they're gaining more momentum, and they're trying to put things in place where we're not answering this little corporate machine. We're going to be able to do things our way and make money our way, because if you've ever worked for a dealership, the money is not in the sale of the motorcycle. It is in the performance, the aftermarket, the service. And if
Mhm.
you can't do those things, you're eventually just gonna go under.
Wow. So,
Mm-hmm.
do they have any? There's a good question here, and it's asking about a dual sport. Now, that's probably in the skunk works and covered by your NDA, so you probably can't talk about it. But I've heard that across multiple platforms, and people are asking for a dual sport type of bike out of Indian.
Yeah, adventure
Yeah,
kind of bike. Yeah. Mhm.
there's a lot of requests for that. People are wanting a 4-cylinder. People are wanting so many things. So many things.
Yeah, but that
The list
NDA
is
is.
Well, but the
so,
thing
I
is, though,
mean,
like I said, ooh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Amanda.
no, go for it.
No, the Indian 4 has always been a dream. If they
Isn't
can
it? And they had
resurrect that, that would be a seller like that.
Hmm.
I mean,
yeah,
if
and I
Triumph
think
can come out with a triple, we should be able to come out with a 4.
yeah, and I carry those on my floor too. So
So, and as far as adventure and dual sport go, guess what? I just had an accident on the street. I'm really afraid of trees jumping out in front of me. So no, you
yeah,
can keep that segment. Pan America can have it, And the FTR, we had one. Nobody bought it. So
well,
Well, it
what are you
was
and
pretty
supposed to
priced.
do?
It was pretty
yeah,
pricey
my
for that
theory on
size
the
of bike. Yeah.
FTR, once they gave that $3,000 customer cash, we couldn't keep them in. So I think
Right.
they just kind of priced themselves out of the market.
Hmm. Yep.
And that's another bike people are begging for, like a bike like the FTR, but maybe a 750, a little shorter for us shorter people to actually touch
Mhm.
the ground. So I mean, there's a lot of bikes that people are wanting, and hopefully, we see some new things rolling out. I think we got to let them get their feet under them and let them kick off this aftermarket and up our PG&A and just get everything in place where they can just grow this company into what they said. They're like, we're not a corporate machine anymore. We are a motorcycle company, and we're going to do motorcycle things, and we are not going to be handcuffed by corporate America anymore.
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
and that's what we need.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's great, Amanda. And I'm glad the meeting came out the way it did. But
Mhm.
but I'm going to speak to a lot of people out there who write to us. Their dealerships are closing. Charlotte's getting ready to close.
I
Lexington
heard that.
closed. There's a whole lot. I mean, and Charlotte was the place for a minute when Lloyd's was there. So, I mean, people are frightened. They're scared. And if that can't be reversed and we can't add more dealerships, I mean, the space between Indian dealerships is far and wide as it is.
Hmm.
Your state is an exception. But down in Florida, I think they only have 2 left out of 5.
Well,
So, and it's crazy.
yeah.
But the thing is, though, those dealerships are important. It's important that we have more. Now, I
Well,
don't know
and
how we get more, but we got to have more.
Mhm.
well, and that wasn't really talked about, but I'm sure it's going to change, because putting in an Indian dealership when Polaris owned Indian was insanely expensive. And it
Yes.
had all of these little boxes you had to check. You had to have this much floor space, and the floor had to be this color, and you had to have all of these parts and all of these exact shelving and tables. And so when you look at, it's going to cost me $3 million to do the fixtures and the flooring of a building, that probably most dealers don't own, that's a lot of money. when
Yeah.
you're $60,000 in lighting, it kind of stacks up. So hopefully that kind of changes and we can get more dealers involved and make it easier for them to be able to carry the brand and support the brand. Because like you said, there are places that you guys just have to drive hours to get something.
I've done some research on Charlotte a little bit, and I'm not saying I pretend to know a little bit about what the situation there is, but it's a standalone dealership. Indian, had a lot of handcuffs on dealerships, so dealerships need to make money, and I think when Carolwood took over, I think a lot of dealerships still have weak knees. They can't really figure out if they want to stand on their feet or not, and they're making decisions that sometimes are affecting a lot of Indian riders and closing stores. But I think one of the things, I hope Charlotte and their leadership went out to this meeting and felt comfortable about it, because one of the things a couple dealerships said, and then I know somebody told me this tonight, I was at the meeting, they said, listen, man, whatever the credit was that you had to get bikes, they had a limit. And after that, they had to purchase stuff on their credit cards if they wanted a bike. That kind of stuff. They couldn't get a bike unless they actually took it out of their budget of the store. And a key leadership said, you don't have to worry about that no more. We'll take care of you. And I think if that's the way that Indian is going to do their sales now and inventory kind of stuff to the dealers, it's going to really free up dealerships to make good decisions. And I think that's going to be really excellent for dealerships. So hopefully that's true. And hopefully the leadership, because I know Charlotte, I think it's either that's Redline. What did you find out about that, Les? Was that Redline? I know that Tom Wood was the one in Lexington, but
Yeah,
it
I think it was Redline.
Yeah. I know Tom Wood and Lexington had some stiff competition. I mean, literally they had Harley Davidson right next to him. One of the probably top 10 Harley Davidson dealerships in the country. So they had, I mean, we walked over there. I don't know if actually me and Tracy walked over there, and I almost bought a bike because I mean they were like, hey, here's the deal. I'm not going to charge you no fees. I'm not going to do nothing. Them Indian guys over there, they're going to charge you fees. They're going to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wow, I actually might just sign a deal here. And I was in the middle of a deal with Indian. So I can see the stiff competition that actually Lexington had. I mean, they were just in the wrong location at the wrong time. And Tom Wood yeah, go ahead.
We have Harley right beside us. Mm-hmm. Our drives are right next to each other. So I've actually had guys come in Christmas time, and they were like, "Well, I just bought $500 in gift cards at Harley, and realized I was at Harley when I looked around and didn't see any Indians. So they had to refund my money, and I had to come over here and get gift cards." So wow. I mean, it's just kind of funny, but we have a good relationship. Yeah. They sell their bikes, we sell our bikes, and as long as you've got two wheels on the road, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotcha.
I hate to interrupt, guys, but I'm on a strict timetable tonight, so I'm going to bow out here. Miss Amanda, I hope I see you again. To everybody out in TV land, peace. Namaste.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
See you, Max.
See you, Max.
Bye, Max.
All right, let me get rid of him.
It's past Max's bedtime.
It's past his bedtime.
So,
all right.
So you know what I've noticed, Amanda? I think the number of people watching live is way more than when Mike was on. No joke.
Yeah.
Oh, so I won.
You did.
Yeah.
I think by a large margin.
Oh,
Chris,
yeah, by a large margin. Yeah, sometimes there's 70 people in here.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, guys, I got to say this because there's like 55 people or 60 people watching, and it might be because of Instagram also. But hey, go to YouTube, look us up, Throttle on Iron, and subscribe. We are looking for 1,000 subscribers, and Mike from Ride Culture has a bunch of aftermarket parts that we're going to be giving away. And also, Davidson Audio has a $250 gift card in there. Bob BC Customs has a lever set in there for your Indian. And if I'm missing some, Gator Mike spices and stuff like that. So we got a big prize that we got to give away.
All the good stuff.
Yeah, a bunch of good stuff. And I actually seen, because I never took them out of box, Amanda, so I'm bad here. I never took them out of box. I saw Mike's, is it Mike? I always call him Mike.
It's Mike.
Okay, gotcha.
Fish calls him Mike. And he
All right.
thinks everybody else should too, but
That's
Gotcha.
where I got that from. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think start. That's it.
Yeah. So I looked at the rider, the passenger pegs and the actual mechanism and all that kind of stuff. I was impressed. I mean, I really am. And I was like, wow. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, and so it's funny because you're not the only person that said that. It's when we were actually in Durango and a couple of riders bought them and they put them on, and Mike's like, "Look, if you can't tell a difference, you don't like them, bring them back. Not a problem. I'm right here." And they come back and they're like, "Dude, these things are phenomenal." And they do. And riding on the back, I ride a little differently because I have longer legs and I hate feeling like I'm in his way, so I can adjust my feet however I want to, and it helps. And it makes me comfortable, so I can ride longer. Although Mike will say up in his comments that I don't ride on the back of his bike. I don't ride as much as he wants me to, but I'm also very busy.
Yeah.
And my 12-year-old would probably cry if I took his seat most of the time. So,
Oh,
but yeah, they're phenomenal. I mean, once you put them on, especially like the floorboards, everybody that has them, they're like, dude, the vibration is gone. Like they are so much better than the stock ones. And I'm like, yeah, you just got to give them a try.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's simple things, everybody's like, oh, well, they kind of look like the originals, but they're engineered so much better. And there's a reason.
Yeah.
He's great at what he does.
Yeah, I was really impressed. And I told him that too. And it's like, I mean, great aftermarket parts that he's got there. So if you guys want to check them out, it's rideculture.com. I'll put it in a link in the chat there and you can get you some Ride Culture parts. Let me make sure I got to put the S in there. But yeah, so anything else that you would like to talk about at this dealership meeting? So make sure we get, because I know you have tons of stuff to talk about. Hopefully you had some notes that you wanted to mention, and we can get started in talking about that. But yeah, what else you got?
Yeah, no, we covered a lot of it. A lot of it, like I said, is covered by an NDA that is hopefully a lot's going to come out very soon, and it's worth the wait. I will say that there's a lot of amazing things coming that people are just going to be like, this is awesome. We're excited. I can't wait for March to come so that all the things have happened and everything is out and we can just move forward and have a great year with Indian. I know Mike Kennedy is going to be making his rounds into the dealerships. He did say, I have been on blackout pretty much to any podcast or anyone until he talked to us. So now you guys are going to get to talk to him and hear things. I kind of wonder if that was good. It was good in a way for us because it made us feel important, like we're going to get everything first. But I think it scared the public not hearing what was going on. Or, I heard in the dealership daily multiple conversations like, is this going to be a victory situation? Are we going to lose our Indians? And, that type thing. The Carrollwood guys are here to stay. Every company they've purchased, they have never sold. So they are embracing the aftermarket community. In fact, they were making plans to go hang out with Carrie Hart next week in New York. So, they are just really getting behind this brand and behind the aftermarket guys. And I truly think this is what Indian needed.
Yeah, I believe so. 100% agree with you. I think Les does too.
Yep.
Yeah, because I just know what the dealership was going through with Polaris. Because I know we said this before, but have the string. What is it? The Stingrays or whatever it's called.
Slingshots.
The slingshots.
Slingshot.
Yeah, and you had to require to have them on the floor, all that kind of stuff. That stuff is gone. And I know slingshots do sell, but they sell in Florida. They don't sell in Michigan.
Right.
And this is some of the stuff that you had to do. I think, and it's kind of weird because they get pushed so many bikes on the floor. So dealerships, because they, you get paid, you have to pay interest on that stuff if they don't sell. They just wasn't buying apparel. They just didn't buy apparel for the motorcycles. So there's a lot of things that I think with this new way of things that Indians think about with the leadership of Mike Kennedy, it's going to be freaking great for these dealerships. And I think if the dealership is really jumping ship, they got more problems than just Indian. Tell you the truth.
Right.
Yeah.
And the apparel line of under Polaris kind of hurt dealerships a little bit because they did 2 releases a year and people were looking for stuff in between those 2 releases. And not only that, we would pay the dealerships buy their inventory and there's not a huge markup on a lot of it. And then we would have it for a couple of months and Polaris, on their website would start clearancing it out. Well, then we're losing money as a dealership because we're having to try to match those prices to move our product. And at the end of the day, on most of it, we're taking less than we paid at the end of the day.
Sure.
So that new line that they came out this year, the teal, the one 1901,
The Indian.
okay,
It was phenomenal. Yes.
So some dealerships didn't, partake in that. Okay, so it was dealership only. So instead of letting dealerships buy more of it, they literally put it on their website and killed the sales at the dealership again. So I understand what you're saying, but it's like these dealerships were kind of handicapping themselves. I bought mine, and I think was it in Charlotte or Myrtle Beach, right?
No, it's where you got your bike.
Oh, I got mine at Elkhart, Indian.
Elkhart, Indiana.
Which is a really cool dealership there too, and they're really busy up there. But they had a huge amount of freaking apparel there, and
at Elkhart, yeah.
Yeah, I mean tons.
We probably bought.
And,
oh my gosh!
And I
6 shirts.
And I seen like 4 or 5 people there looking, not even looking at bikes. I mean, looking at apparel. And I think when dealerships made a mistake and not bought, and hey, not everybody's the greatest in the world. They buy, let's say, they buy 25, 6Xs. All right, they're not going to sell like everything else. You've got to buy what you sell, and a lot of people probably went in there and just bought whatever they thought would sell, and it just sat there because it wasn't the right sizes. So you got to have somebody that's smart when they're buying that kind of stuff and make sure it's going to sell. But anyway,
Chris would like to be your new apparel manager.
Hey, I have a lot of experience in this, and I know exactly how business runs. So.
In those capsule releases, it's just like the ones that are coming up when they're run through Polaris. I don't know if it's going to change with Carolwood, but we had X amount of time to order that, and it doesn't come off of what we're supposed to order for the year. Like we have a set number. This is how much you're supposed to spend. So this is a different amount, and once you order it, we can't order it anymore. So even if somebody comes in and says, hey, I want this, this, and this, I'm sorry, I can't get it. If I didn't order it back in February or August or whenever the dates were that they released it, I believe this one that's coming up was August, then we won't have it and we can't get it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so just like the native line that you were talking about, I didn't even have them in my dealership. Mike had to go and sweet talk Pikes Peak into getting me one.
Wow.
Well, I can tell you this, man. I can tell that you are very excited. I mean, this meeting is really put momentum in you guys, excitability in you guys. I think you guys are gonna. I think, like you said, this is going to be your best freaking year for Indian, and we need everybody out there that's watching and listening. And then the naysayers, I think Max just left, so I can say that. Believe in Indian, because really they need us just as much as we need them, and that's the way it is, man. I mean, we're one tag team, and we're going to win 2026. And hey, the market's tough. Interest rates are getting better though, and that's a good thing. Me and Les actually got really good interest rates at the end of the year of 2025, which is a lot of people were in the 10s. We were in the low single digits. So you just got to get it out there. And I'm not going to badmouth dealerships, but shop around, get an interest rate. It's not always the best one at the dealer. I know I'm sorry, Amanda, but I'd rather you sell a bike and parts. But yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, no, and if you want to, do you have my Moto Primo email that you can put out so any of these people that need
Yeah,
information?
there is a chat
Yeah.
right there. If you can send that to me. If you guys go to the website, and that is throttleandiron.com, okay, go check it out. Or go to Facebook, send me a private message. Hey, listen, can you give me Amanda's email? And I gotta know who you are. I'm not gonna be giving anybody just her email, okay? And I'll give her your email, and she can make that decision, okay? And then there we go. And that's how we do it. So just go to the contact form on throttleandiron.com and use that contact right there. Get a hold of me. I get them email pretty much instantly, and I will reply as soon as I can, and I will send it straight to Amanda because I got her email address, even though she says she only checks it once a week. Just kidding.
Oh, no, not that one. I'm
I
on
know,
that
I
one
know, I know. I'm
constantly.
kidding.
But yeah, and if any of you guys are in Minnesota, come by the dealership. I mean, we've got a ton of events happening this year. We've got a lot of things lined up with different organizations and mileage challenges for guys and girls, because girls shouldn't have to compete against the guys.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got a couple of women that probably ride a lot further than most guys do. But yeah, we're just gonna do good things. And if you're in the area, stop by. We love to see everybody.
Yeah. Well,
Give you a tour of our dealership, and
Yeah, cool. Well, I kind of suspect Chris and I will probably end up there once or twice this summer. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We're already planning the one weekend. I believe it's July. When you talked about the bike show, I thought that was the bike show, but we're coming up. I think Bob from BC Customs has a bike in this particular show in July.
Yeah, it's his bike show. He's going to have his own bike show.
Okay, I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought he was at a bike show, but yeah, we're coming up. We're planning on coming up for that, unless something changes. So we'll be up
I'm
there.
sure we'll see you there, because he's
Oh,
he's one of the cool kids club, I call them.
Yeah. we have a unique kind of family, you know. We got Ride Fish, Mike from Ride Culture, Brandon, Micah from Dean Speeds. I mean, we got a lot of good friends. Jason from, oh my gosh, Brave Wolf Designs. Sorry about that, Jason.
Yeah.
I'm bad. As Bob was picking, not Bob. I did it again. Brad was picking on me at in Arizona because I can never promote. I always mess up people's names and all that kind of stuff. I'll tell you what. I think faster than I can speak sometimes, and I'm already past what I was thinking, and I'm saying what I'm thinking. It's crazy. But anyway, you understand what I'm saying. It's crazy. But Amanda, I appreciate you coming on here. It looks like you're very excited. It looks like the future of Indian is going to be in the hands of everybody, especially Mike, Kennedy. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to have him as a guest. Hopefully everybody will be here. Matt, I will say we are extremely lucky to have Amanda, not only with Lakeville, but also our IMRG. So excited for the future. There you go. Awesome.
You got
My
everybody
guys
pumped.
are on here. Look at that.
Got everybody pumped in the chat,
Yeah.
Amanda. They're all
Yeah.
excited now.
I mean, sometimes we actually was almost a 70
Yeah.
people watching. So yeah, you killed Mike. Yeah, I mean, you literally killed him. I think we had 10 when Mike was on here. Just kidding.
So now Chris has
It was in the
Chris has to be
50s.
double now too.
Yeah, and these pop-ups seem to be getting more and more popular. And I know, Max and Les, I drive them crazy. Say, hey, listen, we're just going to do a pop-up. But hey, Saturday night is when we do pop-ups, I guess, because man, we had a lot. And maybe it's just you, Amanda. Maybe it's just you.
Yeah, maybe they're just like, hey, let's see who this crazy chick is. What does she know?
I've enjoyed her being on here immensely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a lot of fun.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
it's
get-
good. I watch you guys all the time. Most of the time, I pop up as Mike, probably, but I'm on there. So
Yeah, and I appreciate your support. Yes.
Oh,
If anybody's out there watching, please subscribe. I mean, we are getting close to that 1,000, and we want to give that away. And as Mike's watching, we can't wait to February
Absolutely.
24th.
Absolutely, man.
And don't do any podcast before then, please. Okay. And Amanda,
no,
we're gonna have.
I think
yeah.
I think that the Carrollwood guys did a phenomenal job in bringing Mike on board. I think he is just what we needed. He's got an amazing background. Listening to him talk, I mean, you could not leave that meeting in a more positive way than he let all of us
Sure.
leave. It was just, and he wasn't the CEO that came in and spoke and then disappeared. He was there all night, shaking hands, talking to people in the thick of it. He's just truly what we needed, and he's completely open and honest, and I think whoever comes, they should absolutely watch your podcast, because if they have questions, he will answer them from what we've seen. So
Yeah. To that point, we got to make sure, maybe talk again about go to the site, get to that question form, put a link in the chat real quick.
Yeah, let me just put the link of the website on there. One other thing I was going to ask you. So at the end of the year, I guess it's pretty much Jack Daniels. I know that I've asked, and I know we've talked about it before with Mike, but I think he really needs to come down to Jack Daniels, and I think that should be his the year wrap up for Ride Culture and all our friends. And we should have, and Jeffrey should put on special rides just for us. All right. And
he's still watching.
Yeah, he's still watching, and and for the Jack Daniels, and we're going to do pretty much a whole week event, I think, there, and it's going to be fun. By then, hopefully, we'll be in the 2000s, and lots of people will be recognize this, and you, Amanda, and Mike, and everything else, because what we really want to do is support everybody and bring everybody up with us. Even though we're the smallest kid right now, but we're going to hopefully be the biggest.
We're growing.
But
well, I will definitely tell. I mean, I'm sending him everywhere. Tennessee is home, so Tennessee whiskey is always fun. But I told him, I was like, you're gonna have to travel a lot this year by yourself, because if I hit my number, I'm getting a cheap vintage, so I may not leave Minnesota.
Oh,
Gotcha.
We're going to try to make sure you get that chief vintage.
I know. Everybody should come to Moto Primo and buy an Indian motorcycle so you can make my dreams come true.
Oh,
no.
I love it.
It's good. It's going to be fabulous. I'll probably have one regardless, but
I think you will regardless, but still fun to do it the way you want to do it,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy to talk that one into, hey, I think we need one more motorcycle.
That's right.
Yeah. Connie and Chris know me pretty well. I've had mine 8 months?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, 8 months. So I'm probably not too far from getting rid of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You said you're going to keep this one for a while, so you can't.
I likely will.
Yeah, we got too many things to be putting too much investment in more bikes. We got a lot of things going on this year. I'm just kidding. But anyway, he can do whatever he wants. I'm just saying.
I'll tell you what. If I had not traded off that Roadmaster, I probably would be looking at adding a vintage to the garage in March. No joke. I like that bike that much.
Wow.
Does need a Springer. Does need a Springer front end option though for it. Does need that.
And I think somebody can actually do that. That's probably watching this podcast or somebody. Oh, yeah. And I think. And that's one thing and this is the last thing I want to talk about. I know you want to go. The vintage bike, at first, when I first started looking at it with the little previews and stuff like that, I was like, holy cow, what the hell is Indian? This is definitely a Polaris kind of thing. There's no way that Carrollwood actually, supported this thing. And then when I started thinking about it, and because that's the reality, because people hate change. Everybody's looking for the newer ride command. They're looking for this and that, and they get so disappointed because it's not what they wanted, and then they dish the bike that is actually what everybody really wanted, because they put a survey out probably about 3 years ago and asked about the vintage look and that kind of stuff, and anybody what the interest was, and I guess in that survey it came back very positive, so they decided to work on this bike. Now I look at the bike and I'm saying, wow, that bike is different than anything else on the market, really. All right. I know the Chief because I had a Chief Bobber. I love that bike, but the vintage is something special now because you got the fairing. I wasn't a big fan of the fairings and that kind of stuff, but now I look at it, it's like, wow, you're bringing, history repeats itself, but it's modern, which I think That's what's cool about this bike. And I can just see all the aftermarket people with a bigger headlight, because a lot of people looking for the teardrop.
I've already been talking. Oh, the exhaust, the
Oh,
headlight, the this,
yeah,
the that. They're just
Yep.
on it.
yeah.
And
It that's gonna
and I think
yeah, yeah. Go
there's
ahead.
one thing that I think I can say that would be okay. They're not going to slap my hand, but I know by, I believe, 27, Indian will be producing trikes in the factory.
Hmm.
Wow.
All right.
Yep.
That, a lot of people have asked about that. I actually, in the question, that we, and hopefully don't slap your hand on that, but that's one of the three. We've had lots of people respond to the questions. I think 3 of them so far has been that question, when they're going to start doing that. So that is awesome.
That is a mark that Harley hits. I know they've had their ups and downs with trikes, and I think, if Indian does it right, it's going to be phenomenal, because as dealerships, we have people come in all the time. Oh, I want a trike. I want a trike. I want an Indian trike. And, it's expensive. You're like, okay, you got to order this, and then you got to go here, and you got to order this kit, and then they're going to build it. And then we can't service it because we didn't build the back end of it, So it's, I think this is going to be great for those riders that aren't ready to get off that motorcycle yet, that need the stability of the 3 wheels.
That'll be max soon.
Yeah, because I got to tell you that the Harley CVO Street Glide 3 Limited, that thing is wicked looking. It is very wicked looking, but not for $55,000.
Yeah, they're pricey.
It is very pretty, but
I got you.
Yeah.
And if they get that back suspension better than Indian, it'd be a game changer. If they do that independent suspension, and then what's really good about that is Polaris engineering will kind of influence that a little bit, because the way their 4-wheelers and all that, their off-road vehicles are and that kind of stuff. So Indian knows, some of their, I'm sure, engineers know suspensions very well on both sides of the market. So I think that's great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for giving us a little bit of something there. Now you're in trouble. No, just
That was
kidding.
a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's great.
I was over at my dealer, sincerely, for over an hour today, talking to them, kind of getting some of the rundown, some things, they'd heard at the dealer meeting and things. So I'd heard about the trike. I didn't say anything. I didn't know, if that was something that could be covered or not, but yeah, so a lot of good things I've heard tonight. I had a really bright outlook for Indian's future, after I heard about the sale, a little bit of research on Carrollwood, and now, I feel even better about it. I think it's a really good path forward. So.
Hey,
Yeah, and I think it says a lot when somebody puts the amount of money into a company that these guys have, and then they show up and they're down there in the thick of it with us, talking, shaking hands, meeting people, and they're just not sitting in an office somewhere.
Yep.
Hey, somebody.
Well, they actually mentioned too today the thing about Mike coming out and visiting the dealerships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, when's he coming in, kind of thing. And they said, well, we don't know. We don't know if he's going to schedule or if one day he's just going to come rolling in on a bike and just walk in.
That's what he said. He said, I'm going to roll up on 2 wheels and just check in on people.
Awesome.
Put some miles on them.
That's awesome.
Somebody put on the comments here, and I think this is actually the best comment of the night. I'm going to give you a star. Mr. Mike, congratulations on the best comment tonight. I'm going to give you applause here. Let's do it right there. And I never thought of this until he put this here. He said, and I would rather have a sidecar. Could you imagine the vintage, somebody coming out with a sidecar? That would freaking badass.
That would be awesome.
So if you look at, if you go onto my Facebook and see what I took a bunch of pictures, but I've actually got a picture of Carrie Hart's bike with the sidecar on it on my Facebook, and it was phenomenal.
Oh, I'm gonna go see that then.
Chris, can you?
It's really cool.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to let you go. I know you got things to do.
Yeah, got three kiddos running around here, and
And Mike's
Gets-
actually had to do something for once. I was kidding.
Oh no, he cooked dinner tonight. He makes the best baked ziti. So
Oh,
Oh, sounds like an
I came
invite.
home-
yeah. Sounds like an invite.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure. I'll have to have him make it when you guys are in town. Come over, have dinner.
Oh,
Yep.
that sounds fantastic. Actually.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, for sure.
I really appreciate you coming on here. It's been a great show. I would say it's top 5. I'm not going to disrespect
Oh
everybody else.
yeah, definitely top 5.
But I guarantee you, Mike and Ride Culture is on number 6. So I'll just let you that much.
As long as it's close.
Do you see what he wrote here?
What?
I want a sidecar for my big ass dog since my wife doesn't ride with me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my gosh.
So she has separation anxiety when he leaves town. And so we were both gone this week. And I swear she's lost 10 pounds. They said she wouldn't eat. She would just lay at her kennel and cry. I was
Oh
like,
wow.
Oh my gosh.
Poor dog.
she's just a 110-pound baby.
Oh my gosh. It's a huge
Oh, wow.
dog.
All right.
Wow.
Well, thanks for coming on here, and I appreciate it. We'll see you again. I guarantee you.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
actually.
I'm sure.
We'll invite you before Mike. I'm just kidding.
No.
Mike. I'm just giving him a hard time. But anyway, I really appreciate hanging out with him down there. It was limited, but I know he had a lot of things to do. But we had fun down there. One last thing I would
Super
say.
proud of those dogs.
Yeah, one of my friends out there in Arizona, I appreciate you, Brad. Thank you for showing me around, that kind of stuff. You did a great job. I'm very hard to say in these kind of things, but he had a loss in the family today, so
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So I apologize for that, but
BFP Garage.
yeah, BFP Garage.
Yeah.
So
Sorry for your loss.
yeah. But anyway, he's a great guy, and he's the one asking about the license agreement
dealer
or
discount
dealer
or something?
discount or something like that.
Okay.
So yeah.
But, Chris, just send him my email.
I will.
And I'll get with him.
Yep, sounds good. All right, folks, everybody have a good night, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday night. We got a freaking fantastic podcast on. Here's our calendar. Let me go to the calendar here. Where's my things at? Here we go. I moved it around. But anyway, here's the calendar. Look at this. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Mike Kennedy on here on the 24th. But don't forget, January 27th, we got Cody, Angelo, and Alexis. And January 30th, we have Christina Kramer, Calvin Kramer, and they are, he's an ambassador for Indian, and his wife rides around, and she should be an ambassador too. Thanks, guys. VFP Garage, you're welcome. And Joe,
Ron.
Braun, yeah, you're welcome too. And February 3rd, we have the Creative Cruiser. That is going to be a crazy podcast. I'm telling you, man. Did you ever watch her on Instagram? She is crazy cool in a good way. February 10th, we have Jason from Brave Wolf Customs, and he's been in the chat. I mean, he's been in our podcast almost every night. I really appreciate him being on here. February 13th could be a couple people. I am negotiating that. And then, yes, once again, February 24th, Mike Kennedy be here. Everybody have a good night, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. And Les.
Yep.
Connie, you got anything?
Thanks for subscribing.
Yeah, thanks for
Bert
subscribing.
Kelly.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
subscriber.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you Tuesday.
Yep.
Good night, all.
And you can stay on here for a second.